Good afternoon. I am humbled, honored, and overjoyed to be here. It is quite a privilege. So let's begin. Asymmetric leadership. Let's dust off our dictionaries and our thesaurus. This is a big word that they use in places like War College, but it perfectly describes the situation that we're in today as a nation, and it describes the leadership model that is the most effective in this types of times. Whether we realize it or not, and most of us do, our nation has been involved in an asymmetric war even pre-9/11. And that's a big word, asymmetric. A lot of us haven't thought about this, but it's used in the headlines a lot. What does that mean to you guys? If you say that to your students, whether you know it or not, even before you graduate, sitting here on FLETC today, by very nature that you work at the federal law enforcement training centers, you are involved in an asymmetric war. It is a complete opposite of symmetrical, right? There's no rules against the adversary that we're most concerned about now. They respect no ROE. They attack weaknesses, they attack vulnerabilities. That means not even, unequal. Strength can sprout from anywhere. So in a world of asymmetrical warfare, asymmetrical leadership is perfectly suited for it. When you think of traditional hierarchical leadership, it's top down. It's the leader and the led. It's the leader telling you what to do and you doing it, and there is no discussion. But the most effective organizations foster a spirit of 360-degree or asymmetric leadership, allowing people the autonomy to lead from wherever they are, where they are, out and up, within their sphere. That's how the most effective organizations operate. So we have a very deep subject to talk about, but I want you guys to own this class. I want you guys to own this class, and for the next hour, or every segment, I want you to think of yourselves and envision yourselves as a leader. Even if the word leadership, management, or supervisor does not appear anywhere in your summary of duties or in your job description, I want you to think of yourself and envision yourself as a leader. Before we get into it, let's talk about aspects of training and where leadership falls. We're going to use the iceberg as an analogy of you, right? Much like an iceberg, when I look at you, when you look at each other, you can only see the surface. You can see what's on the outside. But nobody can look at you and see what truly makes you as a human, what makes you as a person. On the outside is tool set. Tools, something you can touch, something that's tangible. A weapon is a tool. An M4 is a tool. A tourniquet is a tool. A book can be a tool. A simple presentation like this can be a tool. What's next is skill. How do we develop skills? We take the tools, we take what's been given to us, and through mindful and deliberate practice, we develop good habits. And we develop these into skills. And you have to have tool sets and you have to have skill sets. And nobody is better at training these than us. But what lies beneath the surface? And where does leadership lie? Mindset. Mindset is elemental. A couple of facets of mindset that we want to talk about. Resilience, the ability to come back. And as leaders, even if you're not a formal leader here at the training center, you're a leader within your home, you're a leader in other circles. Resilience is the ability to come back, which as a leader is not optional. Because if something happens, something traumatic happens, does a leader have the option of not coming to work the next day? The leader has got to be the one to show up. The leader has got to be the one to show up to stiffen spines and encourage the heart. So that is a huge facet of mindset. And respect. We're going to get more into respect later. But I just want you to think about what does respect mean to you and how do we define respect? And how do we show respect to others that are around us? Staying intellectually curious. Never stop striving to improve. And I like to use this analogy a lot. And a couple other professions, the legal profession, the medical profession, they don't call themselves professions, they call themselves practices. Because the idea is they never stop. They never truly get to that place where they are the cauldron of all knowledge. There's continuing learning, continuing education. And we take that same approach here at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center as instructors. Because the number one product that we produce is our students. So we're dealing with the human terrain. The human terrain of society is ever changing, so we can never stop striving to learn, being intellectually curious, so we can develop them the very best that we can. And heart set's what it all boils down to. Giving selfless service. Courage is an aspect of heart set. When most people see courage, they think of bravery, or they think of valor. But if courage was synonymous with bravery or valor, then we wouldn't need a separate word for it, because it has a different definition. Like all good old school words, courage has its roots in Latin. Half of the word means heart, and half of the word means tongue. It literally means to speak your heart, which when you think about it, takes courage in and of itself. A lot of times when people see something that isn't quite right, or something needs to be said, and they know it's not going to be popular, and they're looking for that very tactful way to say it, it takes courage to speak out, and takes courage to say that. And that is the attribute of a leader. And as we go through this, I think you're going to find that the concepts and the precepts of leadership are the same. Battlefield commanders, school board leaders, leaders of industry, teachers, parents, they all use the same effective leadership practices. Now, the gravity of their professions are vastly different, but the precepts and tenets of effective leadership are universal. I'm David Lau, and this has been FLETC Talks.